Just rocking out over here.
Yeah, that's good. All right. I just got the notice. We're good.
Bet.
We are
I
in.
better open YouTube then. Feels like it's just been a really weird past couple days.
How's it?
Yeah. Let's see. There's the link. Yeah, I'm guessing it just has to do with Neptune being in the end degrees of Pisces, like
Hey, Jessica.
end minutes of Pisces.
My friend.
Hey, Jessica.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Hope you're staying warm.
Yeah. I wrapped my dog up in my robe.
So spoiled.
She is so spoiled.
And that's a big old cozy robe, too.
I know. I love watching her sleep. I had a complete internal tower and break yesterday. Tell us. Manda. Yeah, we're going to hang out for a little bit because we figure everybody's like just hanging out. So we may as well hang out with y'all hanging out. And talk a little astrology, but also, rabbit trails.
Do our thing.
Yeah, Heather has some things about the chart that she would like to cover. I too had, it always happens. Okay, so I have Pisces over the 6th house, and it's always when I'm in my daily hygienic rituals, brushing my teeth, flossing my teeth. This morning it was washing my hair, and I had to use my voice recorder on my phone to catch it all. But I was like, oh, okay.
Isn't that funny how downloads come in like crazy when you're showering? It does to me too.
Neptune is leaving Pisces for good. For good. I think it takes 200 and something years for Neptune to get back into Pisces. It'll come to me. 225. I think that's it. 227.
I don't know why I thought it was 240 something.
240 something.
I don't know. I'm looking.
2 something.
I'll look it up.
Jessica says, I've been working my trauma timeline and I remembered all the abuse in my childhood. I often set myself up to be abandoned. So curious. I too have shed something very important from my childhood.
Wow.
Speak on, my friend.
We were both so far off. 164 to 65 years.
Is it 164 to 160?
I'm like 297 years.
You know what's really crazy is if you go back and you do the little frog leap back, I guess 165 years to 165 years to 100, you will hit all of these really large spiritual beginnings, like the Great Enlightenment, like Martin Luther tapping them 95 Theses to the church door, to John Wesley and his printing press. I mean, every 165 years, it goes all the way back to Jesus. It'll hit. Oh, that was the other thing they found. Oh, we must. We must talk about that. Keep going. Oh, Jamie's my beautiful sister. I love her. Jamie says, I'm cold to my bones, lady. Effing snow. Effing snow?
Yeah.
Effing snow? Girl.
Yeah.
You know what I got in the freezer right now, Jamie? You know what I got in the freezer?
Heather knows. I'm like,
Tell him, Heather.
man, sugar cookies.
Sugar
She
cookies. She
made
said
she
those
made
were her
the sugar
favorite.
cookies. They are like Christmas sugar cookies. Like that's always my favorite. And man, just she made the frosting too. It was so good, but she only frosted a few of them. So
At a
whatever was left
time.
in the bag was like with my coffee in the morning. I was just dipping, making
Perfect.
sugar cookies in my coffee. It was so good.
I swear to
Perfect.
God, I must be Santa Claus's wife. That must be me.
Yeah, makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes. But she said she liked it. So I made another round.
It was wonderful.
Another round for my friends. I know. Wish you were here, my love. But it's probably a better thing that you're not right now.
Sugar cookies are my Mal's, my old cat Mal. She's like 14 years old, and her favorite is like Em was asking me the other day, do you ever feed Mal people food? And I was like, no, not really. She doesn't care for it that much. And I was like, but I'll never forget every time I made sugar cookies and left them up on the counter to set the frosting. I'd come home and Mal would have a couple of them on the floor, half eaten, and she's just in a sugar coma.
Well, for second breakfast this morning, I had a couple of those kolaches that you got. I sat on the floor and shared half with like Iris. So she's so
Good.
spoiled. I love
She.
her. I
I
do.
love her. I love her
Oh,
too.
Jen's here. Jen, I'm so glad you're not working right now. Jessica
Mm.
says, I seek emotional support from outside myself. Emotional
Oh,
support from outside myself. And Jamie says, ho, 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 from the ho. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I love you. Um, I think that's really unique, Jessica, with I got same thing with Neptune leaving. And I was like a billiard ball going Pisces to Leo to Sagittarius to Leo to Sag to Pisces, Sag, Aquarius. My brain was just going ting, 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 ting. And I'll talk about mine in a bit when we start covering the chart. But here's the thing. If I'm getting the ping, I know that somebody out there is getting the ping too. And if you haven't gotten your little Neptune leaving Pisces ping, oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's on its way.
yeah. Yeah. And not just that, the pings are coming from Aquarius because
You think?
Aquarius, oh yeah. I mean, Aquarius is stacked. It's got the choo-choo train going through it.
Oh,
And um
girl, you just said choo choo train.
I did.
All right. Hold up. I was just looking at choo choo train stuff. Hold up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep talking while you're looking. So the train going through Aquarius. Aquarius is the other. It's like outer space in a way, like otherworldly. It's being up above rather than down in everything. It's detached observation, if you will. And it's cold, yes, but it also has a big vision, big futuristic vision, and can see into the future. And everything that is moving through there is the personal planets, right? Sun conjunct Pluto. What was it? Yesterday or the day before? And everything is being unearthed and brought forward. And I got to say, as a Aquarius moon, anybody that's got a heavy Aquarius in your chart, and I just got shown, or Aquarius over the 12th or 8th house, should have just had a really big psychological. For me, it was like a place where Pisces, all this Neptune Pisces energy had me so confused about some things. And it was things that I should be able to easily like go, okay, well, this is reality. This is where I'm at. Why do I keep going back and reaching and stuff? And my Aquarius moon wanting to detach was filling all that Pisces stuff. So it's like reality train went doo, 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 right through Aries and crossed my moon, or through Aquarius, crossed my moon. Sun conjuncted Pluto, unearthing even more and revealing even more. And it helped me be able to detach from the emotional, not detach emotionally completely, but detach in a way that allowed me to look at things as black and white, right? Like it just kind of be a little more, feel a little more like myself, if you will, like being able to be observational rather than just getting pulled into all these things that would normally be driving me crazy. Now, not everybody's the same. You see how the world's going. Like everybody's doing protests and everybody's got a belief about something going on. But show me your train. I know you want to.
I know.
Show me your train.
Wabtac, Wabtac Corporation and the government of Kazakhstan,
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan
Kazakhstan.
officially recognized as the largest locomotive contract in history, $4.2 billion, right? September 22nd. And yeah, it's going to get delivered out over the next decade, creating 11,000 US manufacturing jobs. No previous locomotive or rail equipment contract has ever reached this financial scale. So it's so crazy you're saying locomotive. Literally 10 minutes ago, I was looking at that.
You know, I'm always in your
$1 billion.
Oh, well, so Jen says you ladies are awesome. Jen from Australia.
Jen?
We love you, Jen from Australia. And Jamie, I'm curious what made me so impulsive last night. My actions were questionable in hindsight. I'm Aqua in the second house. Last night was crazy, but in hindsight, I see the reality that I was ignoring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aquarius doesn't fluff shit up.
No.
Like Pisces does.
No.
Pisces, let's say, I don't know where you were at, Jamie, but let's say you were out, partaking at a local pub or something like that. You're taking in the spirits of Neptune. It clouds judgment. Aries is cold and bitter, like the shit outside that everybody's dealing with. It's like you go out, you go, nope, fuck that, I'm out. Like
I don't think I can disagree with you there, because the revelation I had this morning was in my Aquarius energy in my fifth house. I don't think I can disagree, because, Pluto is sextiling Uranus and Uranus is leaving Taurus. And my mother had a Taurus moon. She sure did. And everything pretty much summed up the last 48 years of my life. And now I feel like I need to go back and tell everybody, yeah, I'm sorry for that little detour. I'm here now. You know what I mean? Like, my apologies. I've been on a 48-year detour. What happened to you? Where did you go?
Maybe only 12. I had to turn off the space heater. And now my computer's frozen, so I can't undo my video.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't know what in the hee-haw happened there. Well, oh, man.
She said hee-haw.
You guys can still hear me, but I gotta figure out what's going on.
I think I have Jamie's chart. It lowered my inhibitions and all my thoughts came out my mouth. That's not normal.
Right.
That's not normal.
Well, honey, we don't take you for shy.
Said the pot to the kettle. That ain't normal. Her and I are birthed from the same mules, I'm sure. Ay, Dios.
There I am.
I swear it had to have been Aquarius. And maybe it's that Neptune is loosening, like you said, that Pisces, get off of me. landed on the
Yeah.
ground like Mary Poppins with her umbrella and her little satchel.
Well, I mean, it's helping. It's got that sextile, right? So,
Oh,
it's sextiling to Neptune
yeah,
and
yeah.
trining down to Uranus.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
minor grand trine's gonna be helping us for quite some time, and it
Mm.
is helping us pull forward, but gosh, less than 48 hours, Neptune will be in Aries, y'all, and not coming back to Pisces.
For
And
164 years.
for 297 years.
We are done with that chapters. That was not a chapter, that was a saga.
It was an insane saga with
That
many,
was a
many, many
saga.
chapters and
That was
volumes.
Helen of Troy saga. It was
Yeah,
huge.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Odysseus saga.
yeah. My
I know
reawakening
it's so
happened during
strange.
that
What was
time.
it that you said yesterday? Oh, it had to do with an organization going all the way back, and you were like, "Well, now I guess we're back to 2012." And that's exactly what it feels like. Well, I guess we're all back to 2012 now. Like going back, like, why did we take that circuitous route? Somebody please tell me. I'm all the wiser for it, sure, but damn,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
rough.
yeah. It's there's 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 a few things I want to say, but like I got notes, man. I've been having thoughts about
Hey,
things,
that's great.
and
As long as you stop every now and again and let me share something crazy.
okay. Well, I wanted to. So you said that you well, Jessica, you were talking to Jessica in the chat,
Yeah.
and you were talking about some childhood stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I know a lot of it had to do like there was a big realization in a dream that Miriam had. Well, that same night, I'm just gonna say this because I don't think he cares, but um was it not last night, but the night before last? I woke up at like 3 in the morning and I was really struggling to fall asleep. Don't be surprised if you can't sleep very well right now. Neptune's at the edge of the plank and about to take the dive and go, you know. Um,
Go.
but
Just go.
I was struggling to fall asleep, so I think it was like 1:30 or 2, and I
Mm,
mean, I had no earbud in, I didn't have any lights, nothing. I'm just staring at the ceiling, and my brain was just go, 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 go. It's all this Aquarius, you know, the heart it's like a hot wire with Uranus, who's the ruler of Aquarius, and, I wake up at 3 in the morning, and it was because I had a really, like, messed up dream. I don't remember what the dream was, but I remember looking up and seeing my son as a little man, you know, he's like
mm,
4 or 5, and he had
mm,
one of those, sucker rings on, you know, the ring pops. He had a ring pop on, and he kept taking it out and putting the whole thing in his mouth, just, you know, fucking around as a kid would. Well, he coughed and immediately like it started to go back towards his windpipe, like, and it blocked his windpipe, and his eyes got like this big, you know. And I immediately react as mom, I jump in to stick my, you know, finger in to get it out, and I woke up and I was like, that was just a really messed up dream. Went to the bathroom, got a drink, and I ended up falling back asleep. Well, when I woke up almost immediately, I had a message from my son, and he's an adult, but he was like, he mentioned to me that he was having a really bad day and morning, and was feeling, you know, had kind of aggression feeling, because it was just like one of those moments where you have like everything frustrates you all at once and you're just like, "Grr," you know. And he goes, I wonder, he goes, and it started before I even woke up. He goes, I had a bad dream last night. And I go, you did? Well, I had a bad dream about you. And he's like, I
mm,
was with this guy and we were talking, and he kept just saying really cocky shit, and before I know it, we're fighting. And he tells me, he goes, it was weird, mom. We just looked each other dead in the eye. And I'm like, well, I looked you dead in the eye in the dream. Anybody else having some crazy dreams where you're just looking people dead in the eye? Was that in your dream with your mom? That dream you had?
No, I looked at, I
You
won't
looked at
say it.
you. Yeah,
I
it's
won't say
cool.
it. But I will say, in an aside, I did watch a commercial yesterday or the day before about choking. It was like this whole commercial. What are
Hmm.
you going to do? Most, 5,000 people a year perish by choking because they're alone. And I'm watching the video going, oh my God, this is the most horrific thing in the world, Cause so it's strange, you're go on. Michael,
And
ring pop. We're here for you for it.
it's just very Neptunian at 29 and almost like 56, 57 freaking minutes of Pisces, the final degree of
Thank
the
you,
zodiac.
Lulu.
Lulu joined our gatekeepers. You're gonna
Lulu.
love all the goodies that are loaded up for you. Um, but it's almost like that conversation with him never stopped. We just kept texting each other like all day. And then when I got off work, I called him and we called talked to each other for 3 freaking hours on the phone, just enjoying each other, talking about all the spiritual things and whatever. Just it was just a really cool moment that Neptune decided to drop off and leave me. And it very well could be that we both just kind of needed each other and had that little psychic grab of each other. But he even
That
said his
makes
sister
sense.
messaged him first thing in the morning, like checking on him. And I'm like, man, we just all had that ESP shit going on, didn't we?
Intense. You guys have any dreams? Jamie was all like, it made me feel like the moon was in Aries. And well, it was. The moon
Wow.
is in Aries.
It was.
It
It
was,
was.
Jamie. It was. That's so funny. All
It's
right,
on the
hold on.
phone
Let me
all
read
day.
Jessica's.
Yeah.
Um, where'd she come in at?
Yeah.
Man. Okay.
Everything I
Oh, there's the
covered
hoe.
was
Thank you,
abuse.
Jennifer Newton. It's cool that you're here.
Never.
Okay. There's Jamie and her crazy inhibitions just coming out all over the place. Jessica says everything I uncovered was
Abuse.
abuse. I never considered myself someone who endured that. Where was I for 44 years? I was on the phone with my therapist nearly all day. I feel better today, ready for business advancement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That talk right there, Jessica, that last statement. I feel better today and ready for business advancement.
Yeah.
That's what all the sweeping across my moon and Aquarius has done. It's like, okay, you've spent this long here
Yeah.
and now you got it. Now it's time to rise
Keep
up
it moving.
and leave the past in the past where it belongs, you know?
For me, it was like this morning, it was like grow up. Pisces to Leo. You sit and we we play our silly games, but the whole point of Leo is to gain ability and eventually talent. It's not to stay 5 years old and just sit there. But that wasn't what happened. Shall I tell them? Shall I tell them? Hi, Lulu.
Yeah, Jamie.
Jessica says you
Yeah,
guys taught me to observe those emotional spaces. I usually do well with it, but not yesterday.
you guys are wondering probably why she's looking that way. She's got a monitor. She's got it like her TV has a monitor. It's huge, and she got it's huge.
I know
So
my
she has to
camera is
move.
like right here in front of my face, literally. I guess I could make y'all smaller and put you over here. Hey, look
Yeah,
at
I have it
that.
all in
I'm getting
3 different
smart.
windows.
I
Look at
got
you.
two window panes. I'm getting smarter.
And you know what, Jessica? That means you're human, dear. You know, it's not, and that's another part of the conversation I was having with my son yesterday. Is like, you can be on your spiritual journey and you are gradually learning how not to have those explosive outbursts, how not to over identify with your emotions so much that you lose what you value the most because of a knee-jerk reaction, right? So you're this journey that you're on and you can go through, but even us that are spiritually awake and have done the work, we all have our moments where we're still repressing some shit, and we bottle it up, and we're
Amen.
rising above it, and
No, we're not.
then boom, know,
Boom.
and that's where that kind of shit can become crippling. So let it out every now and then. Maybe don't, punch a wall or, go speeding down the highway, recklessly. How about just go outside and just scream really loud, or, go punch pillows, nonstop. Go beat the shit out of your pillows. Fluff them fuckers. Excuse my language today, but, you know,
It's it's true. We attract people who will mirror ourselves to us. And eventually one of you cracks because you're the tom to tom tom tom
yeah.
spelled with a B.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say the more serene, nah, it takes time. It takes time to be able to say, these are my emotions. Give me 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 2 hours. Let me go deal with myself.
Yeah.
And your ability to say they are going through something right now. And I was in the kitchen this morning and I said, with or without anybody's emotions, I'd still feed my people. It's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
With or without the heightened emotions, I still would make cookies. It's just who I am. So
I'm so glad you make good cookies.
slowly but surely, you kind of stay in your lane, respect the other person for whatever hardship they're going through. And that's where kind of the definition of unconditional love steps in, seeing each other at our worst and choosing to love anyway.
No, I like that you said that, especially in a time where, all over my feed, anyways, is talking about, a lot of the horrific things that are happening in the world. And it's not that I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking it up, but I'm also one that is not going to turn a blind eye and be all love and light all the time. Aquarius, being an Aquarius moon, and a Virgo sun, I have to know things. I like to be educated and informed and be
I
able to
think
make
it
my own.
lends towards our look. Let's just get real, okay?
And make me forget what I was going to say.
We wouldn't be sitting in this spot unless it was meant for us to be sitting in this spot with cameras in front of our faces and microphones in front of our mouths. It's in our charts if you want to double check it.
Yeah.
Whether you see us as leaders or not, that's on you, because honestly, we're just hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
But, and a big but, I do feel that it's not just my responsibility and Heather's responsibility, it's y'all's responsibility too. Once you get to the point where you can begin to see patterns, you can begin to see the bear and then the train, and then, oh man, her and I, we're like, and then 5 seconds later, she'll drop something 5 seconds later. You see the pattern. You
I'm so
see
glad
the
you
number
said pattern.
change.
I have
1717. Say it.
Well, what I was saying is that I was talking about beliefs and that everybody, with all the energies that are going on, there's a lot of people that are being very vocal about how against they are all of the immigration stuff, all of the downright people being taken out because they're protesting. Like all the bullshit that's happening in the world and different taking over different countries. They're seeing all the stuff, and everybody has a big old opinion about that. And it's that Jessica, and this kind of touches base on like not having having those knee jerk reactions or letting shit out. It's also so important to realize that everybody's in their own place in their own journey. Not everybody's meant. I Miriam and I were literally just talking about this earlier today. Um, I was up on the balcony and she was taking Iris out about for example, people that see things totally different than you do, have a totally different worldview. Um, whether it's a best friend, a family member, any of that stuff. And, we all at one moment or another, whether it's on social media, face to face, over the phone, at a family function, at work,
Mm.
somebody's always going to say something dumb, right? And
That's
dumb and
dumb.
oblivious, that dumb oblivious talk, making statements
Dumb.
as if it's fact and that everybody around them just automatically feels the same way that they do.
Yeah.
And it's almost, I we were talking about the generational part of it for about a minute, but it's like realize that everybody's on their own journey, right? You don't have to convert anybody to anything. We are not here to convert you to be anything but who you are, and we want to see you do it in your best version. But don't get yourself caught in arguments or cat fights because somebody sees
I
something
mean,
different. It
that's the
doesn't mean
beauty
you
of
have
the
to
chart.
cut off that person. But you know what? You have every damn right to walk away and be like, dude, our value systems are just not the same. Love ya from afar. Deuces. That's
Dude.
it. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a big old thing. But
Mm-mm.
that patterning shit that you were just talking about,
Yeah, the
that
patterns. Because I think that Heather and I, in our own way, whether you see it as a barometer or a temperature gauge, or I see it as measuring waves, because her and I are watching waves, waves of energy that are coming and going and coming and going, and they go up and they go down and they go up and they go down. And so I almost feel like back to back with her. She's looking that way, I'm looking this way, and we see the mimic, the mimic, the mimic, and it's over and over and over again. I actually wrote a small piece on it this morning. My Word document is still there on I likened us to krill. Do you know what krill is? It's the stuff whales eat.
I was gonna say, isn't that like shad? What you
They're like miniature shrimps. But
chud
they
bucket.
get caught in the whale's comb in their mouth. For some reason, we are able to see the shaft of light that comes down vertically. And then all of us are attracted to this light like little bugs. But that light has not just a rhythm, it has a code. And all of us will see a bear, and all of us will see, Jamie knows what I'm talking about, where it's like, I saw a turtle. I saw a turtle too. And it'll be in our vicinity, but it'll be in everyone's vicinity. Everyone's vicinity. It's just a lot of the people we know are not awake to it. They're not awake to the fact that there's a code. And that's cool. That's their lane. I sit in a room and I'm listening for the repetition because it will come. You hear the word chariot out in public, right? And then Heather's like, oh my God, I just saw the chariot card out in a parking lot. And it was the word chariot.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are getting hit at the same time on this vertical shaft of information. It's that we're awake to it. So our next question is, are we in the matrix? And all of us go, yeah. How do you know? Because we see the pattern, the numbers that direct all of us toward the rhythm of the vertical shaft. Over there, yours might say 6446. Mine is over here saying 2992. Heather's may be like 1111. It's all redirecting us towards this vertical shaft of information where it pings us as the wave moves. Am I wrong? The wave will move, the vertical shaft will come down. I can see it in my brain.
I love that you're saying you said 1111, but I looked at the clock today and it was 111 and 33 degrees. It was 11133. Like
It's
it's funny that
521 over there and 516 over here, so I need to change a battery.
oh, we got John Derletti.
Oh, John's
Hey,
here. Hey, John, what's up?
he says, "Do you know that you can put every person in the world on the island of Hawaii?" Oh, and thanks for yeah, appreciate that.
Well,
John's trying to get everybody to hit the like
discernment
button.
is your best friend when online. Yeah, because you can't
Yeah,
hear the person's tone. And folks that don't live with you or stay with you, they don't know what your tone really is. And the
yeah,
words that you would carve to say certain things. Like if I say, holy smokes, they don't know that's my tone. They just read, holy smokes.
yeah. It's
Tone is
interesting
all
that you're
lost,
talking it.
which is
Yeah,
terrible. That's a Leo facet, right? Leo is performance, expression.
and Mercury. Yeah, yeah.
So
Because
Pluto, opposite Leo, control, intensity of Aquarius. It's 444 here today. That's what Jessica says. Look it up. It's crazy, right? Well, my first thought, John, is I you are more than likely correct, but probably not for long because the volcano Kilauea is just blasting.
I'm not opposed
Hey,
to
it's
flying
Brandon.
down there and finding out personally.
That's what Heather says. Heather's like, I need to go look for myself. And there she goes.
Oh, found me. I'm in
There she
Hawaii.
goes.
Hey, Brandon, good to see you, man. But yeah, the tone thing too. Like, I I used to work in a department that had just formed where it had to do with messaging, and it was direct text messaging for help and things like that. Well, to help people like learn how to speak in a way that didn't come off. You know, you're doing customer care, things like that via a text message. You've got
Mm,
to be really careful how you say things and what you say before and after. If it's just going to be in an
gently,
online text or posted on social media, something like that,
carefully.
that's really, really, really important. But watch volcano explode. You were young.
Oh my goodness.
That'd be cool to
I
see from
mean,
afar. I don't care to see it
these
up front.
people that crawl up there, like in Iceland and stuff, and they're watching, they're this close, like 5 feet from the lava. I'm thinking to myself, remember when we were young and we had the quicksand? Everybody was like scared psycho of
Yeah,
quicksand.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
Yeah.
were like, "Oh my God, quicksand." It must have been that movie Worm. Was that with the worm? It was like a
Hole
thriller flick.
holes?
Holes, was that it?
I think that's one I remember my son watching or something like that. I
Couldn't
don't
watch
know.
that one.
I just
That
always see
worm
it
that
like
was just
I see the Beetlejuice where they have sandworms.
sandworms. Yes,
But,
sandworm.
but yeah, that, you know,
I'm
you
I'm
mentioned
just saying there is a vertical something that all of us get hit with while we're in this wave. And if you are awake to the pattern, and I think all of us should be tracking it, Heather and I looking at all the information I think is normal for us. My chart has this setup where it looks like a news anchor, and I'm pulling news, and I look at a lot of news, but my news gathering is not the same as, like, I guess you could say there was a guy. Oh, this was terrible. I'm so sorry to anybody that I would offend because I don't know the dude's name, but it was after one of the politicians here in the United States. He didn't know geopolitics, which blows my mind. And he got
I mean,
up in front of the
all of
news dude and just started blurting out a bunch of bullshit. And I was watching this guy going, "Oh, this is so humiliating. Does this
yeah.
dude even know what he does not, God forgive this man, he does not know what he says because he didn't know geopolitics." And it
Um,
it was insane.
you went there. I'm just
Oh,
gonna say it.
hey, I opened a can.
I'm gonna say it. The POTUS fucking
Let the
was like,
spam
I'm
can.
gonna meet. I'm gonna meet with the president of Puerto Rico. Well, are you now? You fucking bright one. You are the president of Puerto Rico.
It was in Goonies as well.
Quicksand, yeah.
Gilligan's
Yeah.
Island and Crocodile Dundee too. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, and then the bad remake with oh my gosh, Indiana Jones and Shia LaBeouf. Remember when they are in the
Oh,
quicksand and there's ants, there's that. I mean, but they're talking about when we were younger, but quicksand was a scary thing. And Jessica
but
says, Brandon, it was about that time. And you said that. And I just got thrown into South Park
Tremors, that was the
where Steph's parents have the monster at the front door. And she's like, it's about that time. It was about that time. A Girl Scout about 10 foot tall showed
John
up my
found his
door.
calling this week. Took 28 years. Well done. Well
Life
done.
Pathline, Cancer Rising,
That would put
Cap,
his Pisces over his
Aqua Cusp.
ninth house. I'll email you laters. Right on. That's cool. Hi, Joanna Lulu. Can I have a reading for what's coming in 2026? Only, my dear, if you are one of our patrons on the Patreon channel or a member here on the YouTube channel. But you got to be up in the first, what? It's a gatekeeper and the, what's the next one? The next lower. Drifters.
Probably so.
What's the
I don't know.
second tier?
It's the 990 that you got to be on the 999 tier or higher.
Sonia
And
Best says quicksand in a creek we used to swim in as children in Australia. The neighbor's little dog.
oh shit, that's crazy, man.
That's intense. That's terrible.
That's like the yeah. Sonia, are you from Australia too? We've got a few Australia friends from Australia. That's scary.
Why is it that
Crazy.
Australia is one of the scariest places on the planet? And there's still people living down there.
There's Miriam. Heather, everything
Living.
out here will try to kill you.
Everything there will try to kill you. Sonia's like, yep,
Yep.
been there, done that. That's Sonia. Been there, done that.
See, and
We're
I just go to
good.
Eileen, a
I
dingo
know,
ate
oh
your
my
baby.
God.
Everything will try to kill
Check.
you.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got the teaser.
I'd love to
Sonia.
visit. I'd love to visit Sonia. Sonia Best.
But we are a
Especially
lucky land.
oh, Oh, your cats. Oh, you got your cats fed. They're happy.
And
They
they
don't
got
care what.
spiders like the size of this window just hanging out on the side of their houses.
I thought that shit was in Iraq or Iran.
No, that's
Like
down in
desert
Australia,
spiders.
man.
They're in Australia
And you
too.
got those videos of like kangaroos jumping up and punching people in the chest, and you're like, calm down.
They're all buffed up, roided out. Like, man, those
Right?
things are tough.
And you're like, put the steroids down, friend. I
I
don't
don't
like
like
the
the
snakes.
snakes.
Well,
That's
Sonia,
Indiana Jones didn't
it's
either.
almost like, look, we live in Texas, right? Where everything's supposed to be bigger. But Australia is definitely our big, big brother.
Yeah, that's a good
And
point.
Australia, everything is bigger in Australia. Everything. So, can we pull up the chart? You
Yes,
have it.
ma'am. Do you want me to do it? I will do it. Sure. Give me a
You
minute.
you do it so much better than me. That part.
So I'm told. No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. We'll see. A. There we go. Yep.
I
I'm
have
getting
thoughts
it.
about this chart because I cannot disagree that Aquarius energy is, man,
Come on, are you gonna pop up or what?
right? Jamie says it right. I'm a badass in my head, but I'll never be Australian badass.
That's right. That's right.
Megatron Batman ain't going. Well, look, mm, that land is so raw. It's
Sure.
huge. And even though they've been all across it and everything, they only truly occupy like 15% of the land because everything else will kill you. Oh, look, there's a choo choo
Yeah,
train.
I only care to go there if I got me a big old Aussie to make sure nothing kills me.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'd go down there if there were like 5 or 6 Australian guys that just walked with me everywhere,
Yeah.
like bodyguards. I'm too
You got
small, man.
the jellyfish, all kinds of jellyfishes.
Man,
There we go.
I know they got cool roller coasters like in Queensland and stuff. Oh,
How's
look,
that?
it's a chart.
Is it a big chart?
Is
Do I
it
need to
a
look
big
into it?
chart? All right.
I selected to see it, but I want to see if I can still see you. Am I moving the chart on the Zoom or is it just the same place?
No, it looks great. I love it. It's
Cool.
it's nice and big, like Australia.
Right? Look at that little huggy basket
I want to take
there.
everybody from Australia and put them in Canada and just see what happens.
Social experiment. Oh my
A
goodness.
social experiment. Okay?
Some of the
Just
toughest people in the world mixed with the nicest people in the
right.
world.
The toughest, most wildly, I mean, they're very developed, Australians are, and just put them with Canadians for a while. And let's just see what kind of babies that makes.
Hey,
Eh?
sorry. I had to.
You know? Are you hungry, eh?
uh, you almost sounded Irish there for a second.
Jamie
Um,
says the Australian guy in Landman was kind of hot. Oh,
oh, yes, my dear, he was.
really?
Are you
Eh.
kidding
Oh,
me?
was he?
With the blue eyes?
Eh.
I'm talking about when he went to Australia, didn't he?
The
No, Africa.
geologist, right? The
That's
geologist.
what I'm talking about. The guy that went to the guy that was the hunter.
He killed that snake, and Heather about the couch was just wet.
Shut up.
And I was like, I've killed a snake like that before. Do I get any? No. Okay.
No, I don't feel that way, but I love you. Oh goodness. Well, we have a basket. About
Again.
me. A little well, that's that minor grand trine that we have going on, and it's going to be there very supportive for, and we need it. Good God, do we need it? We were talking about this earlier today, Miriam and I, based off of like it came off of people's belief systems, and that talk that we were just having a little bit ago here on this video. But there I was telling her how with if you notice here we got Pisces 29 degrees and 57 minutes.
It's like dun
So
dun dun dun
dun, yeah,
dun dun dun. Dun.
I mean that sextile down to Uranus and up there to Pluto. Mars is about to be well, the sun just had its cazimi with Pluto. But Mars is about to be there. Y'all's psychic sensitivity should be through the roof right now. And you should be getting all kinds of hints and messages. And a lot of us do notice the synchronicities in life. But let me ask you, in the theme of Neptune and its final moments in Pisces and psychic sensitivities and noticing those patterns, how many of you actually use it as a guide to know which choices to make, to know if you're getting validated? I know you. You're like the kid in the class. Shut up, Mary. We all know you know
I'm
everything. We
like
know you
me.
do it. Shut up.
Me.
Let somebody else go, Miriam.
Let somebody else go.
But yeah,
Hey.
like how many of you have actually let it, notice the past even gosh, 6 to 9 months because it's been at 29 degrees for quite a while. It already went into Aries, what
Once, yeah.
yeah, this year or 2025, and it retrograded back into Pisces. All of you should be noticing these strange happenings.
Girl,
I'm not even going to say coincidences.
I do. Look at the north node to Jupiter. That ain't helping nothing. That ain't helping nothing.
Stink, stank, stunk.
Look,
Yeah, so
this would be like Triton, who is a merman, getting his legs and walking up out the ocean with his trident onto the volcano.
yeah, yeah. I'm looking to see if anybody responded to what I asked because I'm curious. John
See,
said,
Jamie is saying the patterns are the map to healing for me. They are for Jamie. I've
me
seen it.
too. Yeah, they've been very healing in the map to healing for me too. Um, but it's we've all been getting those messages from our higher self, and I was actually talking to my son about this last night. But if you think about time not being linear, right, and if everything's existing at the same time, just kind of like on different timelines, if you will, right, then it's kind of like synchronicities in a way. I think that I get loud messages from my guides. I get messages from my ancestors. I get messages from people who have passed on, my loved ones, right? But I also know that I get messages from my higher self, myself that's already where I want to be. I'm doing my best to keep making sure that I'm noticing. And the more I'm engaging with universe and those beautiful synchronistic messages and things that happen, the more I feel like I'm stepping into that my higher self. I feel my higher self cheering me the fuck on, being like, let's go. It's almost as if my higher self is up there with that fishing pole, just hanging that bait right in front of my face. And hell yeah, I'm gonna bite. I'll be your huckleberry, let's go. And that's that North Node in Pisces. So you were just talking about the North Node in Pisces. And it's really hard, that South Node in Virgo is all that patterning,
Mm,
right?
mm,
But let's say
mm.
that the North Node in Pisces is maybe all the patterning that we notice, the beautiful magic of the universe, the synchronicities that get shown to us that help us let go of the need for conditioned or solid noticing those solid patterns. Of course it's still a skill. Don't lose that. Don't lose that part of your brain, but it's asking you to trust a whole lot more and to have faith, right? So if I just, there's so many synchronicities that I could say, but for me, like, I can go outside and immediately see about 10 because nature likes to play with me. Like I will go outside and immediately, oh, there's a squirrel that lives right off my balcony in the tree that likes to come hang out and stare at me as he's scratching himself and hearing me make noise and not getting scared. He's just curious. And oh, there goes the black and blue butterfly that decided to come right over here. Oh, there's that scarab beetle that just keeps circling around me out of nowhere. And with that, it's kind of like, yep, okay, you're right where you need to be. Keep yourself going. So don't let go of that, of the trust. It's okay to let go of those past patterns. Yes, I'm going to say it. Patterns. You can let go of the outdated patterning that has served you thus far. We're all going into that moment zero point, that Aries zero point. February the 20th is when Saturn and Neptune are going to be conjunct at 0 degrees Aries for the first and very last time in our lives. And this is a turning point for the entire world, for the collective, and letting go of those old stories and the patterns of being stuck in those old stories. And I'm not dismissing, but a lot of Neptune through Pisces is where we were seeing a lot of the victim thing. Yes, we are all victims and have been victim to one thing or another in our lives. How long do you want to let that identify who you are? You know what I mean? Those labels of I am Heather and I have childhood trauma and I had this and whatever. There's zero, that's not something that's going to serve you going forward. Aries pioneers new things. Pisces is the past that can't let go of shit and it can keep you stuck. So all this energy moving into Aries, I just watch y'all within the next month. Count it. Today's January 24th. Within the next month alone, we'll come back here and talk and we'll see how different things are for the collective. I've talked a long time. I'll shut
Are
up for a
those your
second.
words? Have you
That's
spoken your words?
a whole lot of words, and yes, go.
Go,
Go.
go, crazy
Sorry for all the
lady.
words.
Well, looks like the nodes are retrograde, or is that just me?
Nodes are always retrograde, dear. Always, the nodes are always working backwards.
Well, yeah. On this chart though, it's got a little R. I'm not used to that. But
Yeah,
it's at
astrology
10
does that.
degrees, and at 10 degrees of Pisces, it says an old witch on a windy promontory, she is calling to the sea. No, no, calm down, witch. So I guess we'd go to the 9, right?
See, that's how I like to work. I look on both sides of the nodes when I'm doing
I
the
do
Sabian
too.
because of that. Because of that. Yeah.
Dusk. Oh shit. Pisces 9 degrees says dusk. A vampire awakens. Oh, really?
Wow.
It says darkness calls to those who have been surf. Why they gotta
Carly
use
Mark.
these big words? Surfeited? Surfeited.
Darkness.
Okay. Darkness calls to those who have been surfeited with too much compromise and too unbearable a load of suffering. There are regions of the dark to live out parts of self or all of self for a time. And inside the darkness, an immense power of what is here in the earth and still raging can be felt and harnessed. You are imaginatively and inwardly pulled toward the great extremes, not able to go on in any usual way, but you ultimately fathom the mysteries and the depths by exploring all that there and all that is there and finding in the end that all is sacred, all is beautiful, and all is integral to the fiber of existence. Kay, I have words. Not
That was a lot of
necessarily
words.
about vampires,
Was
although
10 the vampires one? And 9, what was the title of 9?
9 was dusk, a
Dusk.
vampire awakens.
Oh, it was 9. Okay.
As I make my pillows softer. All
It's
right.
like, well, that's interesting because a vampire awakens at night, right?
Yes.
Dusk.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. Darkness exists inside of all of us.
Hmm.
And it's normal to have darkness. It's abnormal to let it rule you and to do harm.
Yeah.
Except the truth is, darkness exists inside of all of us. And folks that have a difficult time accepting that about themselves usually have some really heavy eighth house shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't like
Pluto.
that part of themselves. They feel like they're
Pluto.
ugly and they're mean and they're Megatron. No, we all have. What is that murderous thoughts? It comes from that. It's a movie. Like the way it's being expressed in the movie is kind of like calm down there. We're all like that. You're not alone. So
Mm.
the difference though is being able to Aquarius live inside of a group without
Mhm.
Capricorn breaking the law and ninth house respecting the differences in cultures and languages and those things that formed the group full of Aries individuals.
Well, and also it sextiles Aquarius naturally sextiles Sag. So don't lose yourself in groupthink either. Like
Mhm. Yeah,
don't
but every group has a vibe.
well,
Every
yeah, but that's what I'm getting at is the hive mind, right? That is the
yeah,
downside. That's the downside of Aquarius groupthink and community things to where people get like, oh, if you're this way, it's wrong. So that easily can go awry. So just what I was saying is not losing yourself in the group.
what
Don't lose
comet?
yourself in the group.
What comet shows enemies?
What asteroid, I'm sure.
What
Enemy
asteroid shows enemies?
Achilles is a good one.
Lucifer.
Mm, enemies.
It would be in your seventh house or Libra.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
truth is, there's no real way to discern because we live in a universe of polarities. And so there are, Lucifer was actually the morning star and had a
Yeah.
purpose. And so there's good things, or he
Yeah.
wouldn't have
Not
been
all.
created in the first place. And so
Lucifer's not
these
bad.
descriptions to the asteroids are a lot like the planets. There are good things and there are shadow things, darker things, and you go back and forth. So even as the transits are happening, it can be very challenging to get that specific with the chart. Really challenging because you have to sit with the individual that is actually enacting the life experience in front of you. So it's not like you can pull up a chart and know absolutely beyond a shadow of a doubt. It's more like how would you say you're going to see some light in the distance and it looks a certain color. It looks like war, but it could also be a party. The lights that turn on and in the dark and you're outside of a city and it looks bright and light. You can smell the food, but is it a funeral or is it a wedding? It's stuff like that. Did I describe that well? You lost.
Yeah, I
She's
kind of
lost.
lost that part. I lost that part. I started screwing with the screen. But I was listening to you. Lights in the city, looking out at Is it a wedding? Is it a funeral? Yes,
Oh,
I was hearing.
Nemesis. Yeah, Nemesis. Good call, Jamie.
Yeah, I never.
Nemesis.
My brain
But
wasn't there that second.
to know your enemy, you must know yourself. Well, to know your enemy, you must know yourself. But to win and become a victor over your enemy, you must become your enemy. Because we all think differently. I know that sounds weird. What? You pulled the chart down.
Well, I was battling the crap out of it, so I just stopped for a minute while we were talking about the chart. We can look at it again, but I let me see here.
Birth. Go to your birth
Nemesis,
chart. Go
Nemesis
to
is
your
a good
birth
one.
chart.
My birth chart?
Not your birth chart.
Oh.
John Gerletti. And there's a particular angle too. I'd have to pull my notes and start digging.
Oh. The quindecile
The
is a good
quindecile.
aspect for obsession about
Obsession.
something. Yeah. Let me see here. I'll put it back up here.
Yeah, Nemesis can show hidden enemies. Yes.
Mhm,
Yes.
for sure.
Okay.
Something.
So you see the north node and the south node there, y'all? See what's squaring it? Lilith. Ah, yes. Sweet Lilith, who is in a trine position to Saturn and Neptune. So, what struck me this morning as I washed my fairly new natural curly head. I got curls like my older brother did when I was little. I got mine on the back end of life. I guess the older I get, the more curly. It took a long time. Okay, so
Fabulous.
Sagittarius rules religions. And I want to keep in the tradition of looking at Aquarius when I tell this story, because in my birth chart, Aquarius is over my 5th house of childhood. My childhood. If we looked at the age ranges of the 5th house, which is Leo, I want you to picture 5 years old through roughly 10 years old, 5 to 10 years old. And with Aquarius, this is a place that rules our subconscious. So things can be withheld back in our subconscious area, back here at the back of our brain, that we do not know, that is running a program of some kind. We can search and search and search. And until the moment hits, very similar to Aquarius, boom, out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden you see it. And you're like, holy mother of God. So I was raised in a very religious home. I don't know if you guys also had religious trauma, but I did. My mother had a Taurus moon. She was a Leo. Um, I didn't know how stunted I was until this past week. Shall I tell them?
It's an interesting story, yes.
So I
Sure.
think I had 2 weeks roughly of waking up in the morning, 5:30, and I've got Disney songs rolling in my head as I wake up. And I was like, this is weird. It's strange, but okay, I'll roll with it. They were all songs I liked as a child. Also, I am going through my Chiron, my first Chiron return. Right now, I'm 48, and I'm going through my Chiron return, which does put me in a position where I am supposed to be looking back at my childhood. I'm supposed to be reviewing memories of my childhood. And I had such a challenging childhood. I have 4.5 brothers, three and a half brothers. But I grew up with 3 boys in the house. I was the only girl, and I am not a boy. So it kind of made me the weaker, the runt. I'll put it that way.
That's a good way to put it.
I was the runt of the litter. My mother had Chiron in Scorpio in the 8th. And there are no words. So this past 2 weeks, I had these songs, and then like 3, 4 nights ago, no, yeah, I had a dream, and my dreams are all vividly real. I know a lot of us who have strong placements with the 12th house or Neptune, the moon, Pluto, any kind of water, Cancer moons, vivid dreams that are real, that are not black and white. They're in full color. And when I see myself in my dream and I'm flying, I'm really flying. Like I can feel it going up like a roller coaster. In this dream, I was in South Argentina, closer to the tip of Argentina. And in the dream, I was, I don't know, it was a little shopping place, but it was kind of like inside of a mall. And I was in front of a butcher's shop, and the lady was looking at me like, hey, aren't you going to watch out? And these huge waves came rolling in like they were from the Atlantic, that really deep blue color. And they were just waves that were inside, and they shouldn't have been there, but everybody's trying to find cover. It was probably up to here on me. And I'm trying to back up out of the waves and get some cover. And there's this huge black mastiff under the water. Dogs, okay, number one, any kind of water in a dream signifies emotions. And depending what kind of water is in the dream, it will mimic something that you recently felt. Big waters. The mastiff is a dog. It's the largest dog. It's an Argentinian dog. It's huge. I've seen them in person. They are tremendous. Their head is like this big. They're huge animals. And the one under the water was black. Normally they're white. And he was watching me. He wasn't violent or aggressive, but he was watching me. And I didn't know if he was going to be violent or aggressive. But dogs in dreams are usually speaking about a very loyal best friend. People who are loyal to you, faithful to you, trustworthy. So the fact that I felt one that was not intimidating, but could possibly eat me under the water, which is to be under the water is to be overwhelmed. The asteroid Ophelia 171 in the chart is it's the similar meaning of being underwater and just overwhelmed with emotion, like you're drowning. As I'm backing up from the mastiff, I turn around, and like maybe 3 or 4 steps up on on concrete with, I don't know, it was like wrought iron. On the other side was a bench, and my mother was sitting on the bench. I don't frequently have dreams of my mother. My mother, she passed away in 2002. Um, but as a child, my mother was very violent with us, very violent. And out of one side of her mouth, she would be saying smiles, right? You'd get a hug. And every time she gave a hug to me and to anybody else, she'd go, Jesus loves you, like that. But when she released and she got angry, she would harm us lots. With Capricorn over the 4th, which is what I have, it's not a nice childhood. It's very bad. So when I turned and I saw my mother, she was sitting on the bench in the dream, and she was frozen, like in place, staring at the same spot. And it's like she wasn't going to move. The waves were here, but she wasn't going to move. And she was holding me, but I was 5. I was 5 years old. And for the first time since I was 5, I saw my face looking at me. And I saw her and I went up to my mother. I knew my mother wasn't going to be able to do it. So I took myself out of her arms and I held on to my 5-year-old self, calming her down, speaking softly, we're going to be okay, trying to distract her away from the ocean waves. And there were a couple of guys sitting on a bench, like in a mall, you know, the mall dream. And I leaned into her ear. And as I was speaking, I looked at one of the guys on the bench and I said, you know what would be great is if you learned how to fish. I bet you'd be really, really good at fishing. Because I knew that I was really good at fishing.
Really good at fishing, right?
So I was telling the little one, me, hey man, you want to learn how to fish because that'll make you feel strong. It'll make you feel proud. Then all of a sudden, it's like some sort of time elapse where I turn in a circle. And when I come back, it's my 7-year-old self with blonde hair down past her, shoulders. She was tan. She was all arms and legs, and she saw me and she took a full tilt run and jumped into my arms. You know, when the kids wrap their legs around you and they lock them, and she's pointing to here and there and here to there. And I'm just looking at my face. Is my face looking at my face? And I woke up and I thought, I can protect her. Finally, I did it. I can protect my little one now. And that was the whole thing. Why, from 2012, the journey spiritually, right? So this morning, Lilith in Sagittarius, a reason. People need a reason, right? When we cannot logically attach what happened to us, when we cannot logically attach why I am not getting what I want or getting what I need. Humans have this thing where we need a reason. And in my head, it fit together: Pisces to Leo, Leo to Sag. If I tell you that Neptune is out there, I have to give you a reason why we can't go out there, right? I know I'm getting hot, which is great because it's cold outside. A reason. We all need a reason. And when we cannot find a reason, see the Lilith, we search for higher understanding. And when we cannot find the answer to it, then Pisces will go to Leo, which is the first, the first inconjunct. You see the Y, the Yod, the finger of God. Leo and Libra will point to Pisces. Sagittarius squaring the nodes in Pisces and Virgo. When our belief or our higher understanding, when we do not have the reason what happens, we'll go to Pisces and we'll try to use our imagination for all the different ways why we're not getting it, how we're not getting what we need and what we want. And the first response, Pisces to Leo, that's the first one. We go to our child self, 5 years old to 10. And when I was 5 years old to 10, my mother would use physical affection attached to the name of Jesus. She'd hold me, she'd hold my brothers, and she'd say, Jesus loves you. And then when she let go, she was harming us. And so the question was in 2012, I remember the question, God, I am your daughter. God, I am your daughter. How could you do this to me? How could you let this person do this to me? If I am your daughter, why would you ever ask me to carry that much pain? And my children, why would you ask us to do this? What is the reason? There's got to be a reason. And when logically you cannot do it, imagination, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You step into that fifth, 5 years old to 10-year-old self. You hop over to the Libra, trying to find the connection. Where is my connection to this? What is the connection? Right? And so, what happens in our imagination when our higher understanding cannot find it?
We find somebody to find it in. That night, that
Exactly.
Sagittarius, we find somebody else to believe in, like
So,
the
exactly, something outside of ourselves. But
yeah.
notice in the belief system that we choose, you cannot, you can't know what my higher power feels like, can you? I can try to tell you what he feels like,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it's mine. I can't share it with you.
Right.
You have to experience your higher power on your own, right? It's inside of your imagination. Mine is inside of my imagination. Spirit, when we say the word spirit, you and your crown chakra in your imaginative state, it's in your imagination that you have created this being because you can't find a reason. And so you go to this being, you ask, you reach. I have a desire, I have pain, which is Pisces to the fifth house. We've created an imaginary friend. We each have an imaginary friend. And when it gets to the point when we have focal pointed Sagittarius so hard on that imaginary friend, it becomes bigger than life in our minds, bigger than life.
Jupiter, Sag, bigger than life.
Jupiter, Sag, bigger than life. Where if something bad happens, we trust our imaginary friend knows something about it that we don't. When something good happens, we share the joy with our imaginary friend. True?
Yeah.
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 So this morning, I
Mm.
realized that my mother's imaginary friend was not going to let her move. She was frozen in one spot. Her focal point was pigeonholed so hard, she was catatonic. And I realized this morning that I do not need her permission. I do not need permission, period, to protect my little self. I don't need anybody's permission. And Leo is not a place where you remain a child. Leo is a place where you gain an ability and one day a talent. I have
That's
grown
right.
up. I have grown up. I am 48 years old. I don't need anyone's permission to take my little self out of her arms and say, I love you, but I know you can't do this, and I'm
Yeah.
going to do it for you. And that's what the
Yeah.
dream was. I don't need an Do you understand? It's kind of like trusting her imaginary whatever that left her locked in guilt and locked in fear. She was in constant guilt and constant fear. Her higher power did not bring her to a place of peace. She never knew peace. She was always guilty. It didn't fit me.
Mm-mm.
When
No.
when you need an imaginary friend, you create one because we have the ability to do that as humans. When you have an area of life where you've conquered it and you feel strong enough, What happens to the imaginary friend as you grow? It falls away.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean I can't make one again, though. We
that's
have the
very true.
ability, sun card, right? The sun card in the
Yeah,
tarot,
the ability.
the ability.
And the trine. So, as you were sharing that, and that is such a beautiful, beautiful story, Miriam, uh, about your dream. And I can't say I've ever had a dream where I saw my younger self. That's freaking deep.
Man, it was
And
awesome. I was just
what
like,
a
oh my
gift.
God, it's not my daughter, it's
What a
me.
What a gift. What a gift, like
Ah,
Miriam always says, the planets, they leave a gift. They drop something off as they're heading out. And it's to me, those drop offs, although there may still be something heavy, especially if it's Saturn, but it's usually gives you a lesson that you've been waiting for an
yeah.
answer to. So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to those downloads. And I'd like to touch base on something that you said, because you were talking about that imaginary friend, and it got me to thinking about what I was talking about earlier in the conversation about people and their belief systems, and how they invest so much of who they are
Mm,
on what everybody else believes, because they don't want to seem like the outcast, the outsider. They're conditioned, whatever the reason behind it,
right.
because of faith, because you know um, I have
Mm,
to go do this or go to church every Sunday and read the Bible, and Jesus. And I'm just giving just that as an example. You put your belief into that thing, and even you were like, why would you put me through that as a kid? Why
why?
would
What
and
God would allow
would
that?
right.
What
And that got me
God?
to thinking about how everybody is so supercharged, and we're watching generationally. Oh, Pluto left Capricorn, right? All the old world structures are crumbling, 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 crumbling. And we see people that are in power holding on for dear fucking life to hold on to that power. And we have people overpraising those people as if they were some sort of freaking god, to the point to where they get so disillusioned about what they really believe and why, and is that even really my belief, and who am I? And you think about Pisces going through Neptune these past 12 years. When that goes into Aries and Saturn joins up with it, that foundation is gonna fucking dissolve. And it goes into the house of Aries right there. I'm sharing the chart. Aries, beginning point, boom, self. That is the house of I am. That is individual. It is not team effort. It is
No.
not anybody else's imaginary fucking friend. It is the permission that you have as a human to have spiritual to not just, yeah, it's like spiritual autonomy basically, because Neptune is God, right? So you have God coming into individual. Aries is about pioneering and brand new. Saturn's still back there in the past with Pisces. So you're
Hmm.
going to watch this buckle as everything goes forward. But if you notice, and they're all in red for a reason, y'all. So we got Aries right here. It trines up to Sag, the ninth house of beliefs, ruled by Jupiter, which trines down to Leo, ruled by the sun, which is another me house, right? It's a
Me.
childhood. But so here's me, here's my beliefs, here's my childhood and how I express myself. And let's go back over here to Aries and make that a damn fire grand trine. Everything's moving into air and fire from earth and water. So fire and air burns fast. Boom, like that. I think that people are going to have big wake up moments. And whether it's because they turn around and they look and their whole fucking family's left because they've offended everybody based on this belief system that they held for all these things about these structures, and how this person in office is, gonna, do rah rah rah. Well, you look around and you're alone, and then you're like, all I'm left with is my own freaking beliefs. Are those even my beliefs? I think people are going to be waking up and
It could
having
go the
those
other way too, where you're in a
true.
group. and you realize this ain't my, I don't feel at home where I can be my natural self in this group. I must exile myself. And Aries is a place of exile.
Yeah.
It is. You must be exiled because any box, anywhere that you came from, will put you in a box. And
Yeah.
you're bigger than the box. You must leave.
Want
I am so
independence.
sorry.
Yeah. Bigger than that. Yeah. You got to be independent and you got to go it alone.
But to
So,
be
you know,
independent means you got to pull that pioneer thing where you have no clue how to shovel shit. You have no clue how to put a roof on a building. You've never built like a home or a wagon or pulled
you got to be
oxen
brave,
with a wagon.
brave enough to fucking try.
You must be brave enough to try with faith that you're going to get it. I'm going to
Hmm.
get it.
And you can't give a shit about what anybody thinks about as you're doing it. If they think you're
No,
fucking, if they, whatever, you have to be able to be okay being the black sheep
you got to be
because,
ballsy enough to leave
yeah,
and to try.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
not to get in such a severe depression when you fail. You got to be able to get back up and try again and get back up and try again over and
Hmm.
over again, which is why the fire signs are all about encouragement.
Yeah.
Encouragement. If you've ever met like a true fire sign, they're some of the
Mhm.
friendliest people who love to do the cheerleader thing. They'll do your hair, there'll be hairspray everywhere, hair gel everywhere. They'll be spiking your, if you're a dude, they'll be spiking your hair up and being like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. They
Take
pour
it
out
up,
compliments.
son. Yep.
They
Go, go, go.
shine as bright as the sun. They want to pull you into fun stuff. Let's go dancing. Let's go to the casino. Let's go have a life experience because the
Yeah.
fire signs is where life is lived. Life is lived with fire because that's where the passion is. Yeah, there's some heated things that can happen there, but the passion, it's in the fire signs. So
Yeah.
you must, let's say that Saturn moves into Aries and you find yourself in a situation where there is no passion whatsoever in an area of your life. And you're like, I gotta, I'm on my own here. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
have to create passion for myself. The easiest way to do it from Aries to Aquarius is to find a group.
Yep.
Easiest way.
And
You
they got
are
a
who
second.
you hang out with.
It's being favored, like literally. Universe right here with this grand trine down to down universe and Uranus. So say those two words together. Uh, but
Yes.
that grand trine right there, Pluto is in Aquarius, and Pluto's got trust issues. Let's not lie about that. Pluto's got some trust issues in groups. Trust issues in groups. So
Yeah.
you got to be able to
It's
rise
also
above that and
hidden.
discern.
It's also
Yeah.
hidden groups, groups that are
Yeah.
hidden,
Yeah.
occult, what would be
Yes.
dubbed as occult groups that
Yeah.
would be taboo. And we don't go to those groups.
We
That
don't.
would also fit there as well. And
I say,
Heather's
let's
like,
go.
those are my people.
Let's fucking go. Yeah. Let's go have fun. But you're right. It's hidden. It's got some trust issues, but like that minor grand trine right there, it talks about taking those issues that you have. Good God, we've all been in a freaking hole for years since 2020. It's like the whole world
True.
changed and everybody became isolated, and that group thing never has really come back because there's some of us that woke up and some of us that didn't. And the ones of us that woke up, we got shunned, right? The Aquarius, rebel, black sheep, shunned. Well, so that grand trine is going to help spark those moments. And I'm going to say this because I mentioned about the synchronicities earlier. This grand trine right here between God and karma, death,
Lilith,
and wild revolutionary rebirth right there.
Wild
Like it,
Bill
it's
right there.
yeah, Wild Bill over here down in Taurus, getting ready to go back into air sign Gemini. Like that trine is favoring, take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. And yes, there is an asteroid opportunity. Find it yourself as far as what number to plug in if you want to watch the transits. Anyways, but that minor grand trine is encouraging you to be proud in your freak flag, like in your independence. As I was saying that, I just saw what's his Mel Gibson on the horse, freedom, going in.
That guy's name.
You
Oh my
gotta
goodness.
be. I mean, the universe is like welcoming and going to give you those opportunities. Do not pass them up. When you're getting all the weird new shit coming your way, the new person, the out of nowhere invitations, take them. Get your butt out of the house.
Yeah. Choose.
Get up off
Make
the couch.
an active choice to get up and move. And you know what? With Pluto and Aquarius, I'm just going to let y'all know, this is like a buffet of options here. Okay. Not every group is going to fit you or your schedule. It is on you, though, to go find these groups and to go try. And so, like today, I was talking with someone and I was like, because it's my dream, and here I am projecting on other people. I would love to join boxing. Boom. There's a certain form that happens, and I have my VR headset, right? And I had boxing for a while. There's a certain form that makes you twist, and your whole torso and your hips. Like if you want to get rid of the hip thing, boxing has this. I would love to do it. So I was projecting it on somebody earlier today, and they were like, I was like, don't be lazy. God.
So your girl loves boxing. My dad boxed too.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the boxing thing. I
love boxing.
Look, I'm probably not ever going to die, but boxing, I am here for it. I don't mind taking a hit either. I had like 3.5 brothers. I can take a hit. Let's go.
Me too, unless it's in my pointy ass nose. Then I'm just falling at you, bleeding.
I would love that.
So we're done with these days, guys. Look, done with the 7 of Cups days.
Done with the 7 of Cups. You get that card out of my face. Never again. You know what 7 of Cups is?
We're moving.
Oh, here. Yes. Right there.
We're going for the Ace of Wands, man.
Try something new.
I just was seeing those visions as I was talking to you
guys. If you're a dude, not you, John, we understand about your leg. But anybody other, Brandon, you go on down to the little civic center, to the library, you find a dancing class, you learn how to dance. There ain't nothing sexier than a man that puts his hand out to you and says, come on. And he's got full control on the dance floor.
And if he knows how to box and dance.
And he can box.
You got soaking wet couches.
It's all fire right there. I got your La Passion right here. Yeah, in a box with a bow.
Right?
It's all skateboard, like you're 12. I didn't say. I'm sorry. If you love skateboarding, I will come watch you for sure.
No, I dig skateboarding too. I just can't do it. I think
he likes cool. Tattoos and all that nonsense.
I love tattoos, long hair, concerts.
I love long conversations under the stars.
Roller coaster rides. Bonfires. Any kind of fire, I'm down.
Any kind of fire. There's so much more to talk about with the fire signs for what's coming. Aries is a spark. It's a flash. It's a flamethrower. It can be a lot of fire at once, which is why some Aries folks kind of are very hyper. But it can also just be a spurt and then it's done.
Yeah.
Most Aries folks, when they get angry, they got a lot of big because there's a connection to Scorpio. So it's real big, but then it's gone. And once it's done, it's done. And they're okay. If you can handle the heat, if you can stand through the pressure of someone else's anger, Aries is all right. They're loyal, they're faithful, they're up for anything. They can be highly inspiring. And when Capricorn starts moving into that area, Capricorn sucks the life out of whatever it's next to. And so some folks may lose passion. They may lose inspiration. They may have struggles with needing to learn because that's a Capricorn function.
Yeah.
It's like you have to work at it. You must schedule time for sex. Put it on the calendar. It's 20 minutes.
I just that, yeah. Yeah, and the exhaustion, because it is on the house itself, and especially if you've got a natural house, you're going to feel it even worse. But I was getting shown. It was funny. I was being shown about how Neptune and Pisces were coming out of. They showed it to me like Dave Chappelle, and then they showed me like Matthew McConaughey, Dazed and Confused, right? Like we're coming out of half baked. Let's put it that way. In Pisces, right? Like where it was all about escapism, about exploring, whether it was, psychedelics or, like, the high exploring, the things that you can't see when you're sober. There was a lot of drug abuse and things like that. But then I got shown Aries as being like the Wolf of Wall Street, because they really straight showed me, and this is messed up. Y'all can see how my crazy brain works when I get these messages
I
sometimes.
love it.
But I saw it like, and you saw, if any of you have seen Wolf of Wall Street, like they're like constantly doing lines and crazy shit, right? But it's all action packed. Go, go, go. I just saw like the action of the Fire Grand Trine being like the Wolf of Wall Street, and that we were leaving half baked. So don't go from one extreme to the other, because I basically saw people getting inspired to go, let's go build this business, let's go, we can do this and that and that and that and all the other things. And it's like, slow down there, slow your
Aries
roll a little
is
bit.
naturally squaring to Capricorn. Notice the movies usually align with what's going on in the sky for some reason. So you will see a lot of bang 'em up movies, plenty of those. Watch how this happens. Heroes, warriors, weapons, the police officers, right? The smoking hot guy that wants to throw you up against the wall. I just saw the other, was it yesterday? I saw the trailer for He-Man. They finally made a movie about He-Man. You guys remember He-Man?
And She-Ra?
I watched it and I was like, give me a break, He-Man. There's going to be a lot of those movies like where Rambo reproduced comes out.
Yeah. I mean, Neptune is like cinema anyways, right?
Yeah.
Cinematography and film and all that. Aries is like the champion, the person, the wrestler. My brain isn't seeing the words or the word I need to see, but it's the hero. Yeah, the hero complex.
The hero complex. So, the warrior.
It is warrior hero.
I gotta save you.
A shit ton more like Marvel movies and all that kind of stuff come back out, I'm sure.
I gotta save you. And you're like, all I asked you was to go to the store and get toilet paper. And they're gonna be like, no, but I have to get in 3 car accidents as I go,
That's funny. I just saw like like a Neanderthal like grabbing the chick by the hair, pulling her out
Neanderthal, and then the chick turning around and clocking him a good one.
Right.
Aries will have a very strong athletic feel to it. Sprinters, runners, hotheads. We may you know what?
Neptune,
I have to find out if it's like a 25-year anniversary for hot tamales. You guys see those in the stores? The little hot tamales with the candy. It's candy.
My mom always dug those. You like those gummies?
Hot tamales.
I'm not a big fan of those or Mike and Ike's.
Aries can also, because of the opposition to Libra there, the people pleasing also comes along with Aries. Aries, when they want to please, they really want to please. They're very, very sweet. They can also be extremely selfish and not quite self-aware of what they're doing to others, which is where what Heather said earlier about folks offending people may come in a really strong way, because Aries is, they run life through a very innocent frame of mind, but sometimes that does cross over into the people that we affect, Libra. And now we have Cancer and people going, what were you thinking? Why didn't you think twice? And it's like, I just wanted to do it. And Capricorn's coming in with the law. You're getting a ticket, and you're getting a ticket, and you're getting a ticket. Also, because it's Capricorn squaring Aries and Saturn moving into Aries, you know, we have to look at the idea of prison. We have to add that to the equation. People having challenges, maybe going into prison, out of prison, the law getting shifted and changed around. Oh, Aries, the Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Libra, especially Capricorn, Cancer, it will have to do about genders. Gender issues will be a very strong thing. Gender issues, big time. Women trying to be put in their place back in the kitchen or up on top of the roof of the car
Yeah,
doing
more than
something
the
else.
prison thing. I'm not seeing the prison thing that you're talking about.
Because the
That's like,
Capricorn, you have the prison guard and the
oh,
prisoner.
okay, guard. Yeah, the distribution of power.
The
Okay, yeah,
distribution of power and someone,
yeah.
you know, someone else holding the rules to the storyline of your life. Aries also holds different roles. And so when Saturn moves into Aries, it may also it's like the law stepping into where who, what, when, where, how with your body, where your body must go. Think communism,
Oh,
1950
got
China.
you. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You
I
know,
see where I see
think
where you're going with that.
population growth sort of issues when China had that 10-year decade where it was a one child only policy and they
Yeah, yeah,
only
yeah.
wanted little boys. And so a lot of things happened to the little girls. Um, that sort of lawful stepping in. The square from Aries to Cancer, home, family, mothers, the role of mothers, sisters, grandmothers.
Or
Um,
that square is happening between Jupiter and Chiron right now.
who is supposed to be running the home? I said
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's that. There's
Yeah, for
that. And then
reproduction
there's
reasons. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's and then it moves into Leo, which is all about having babies.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, even if there are sperm banks and there's an encouragement for sperm donors, Aries rules sperm.
Yeah, and it's wow. I'm just looking at that big old
Scorpio
nothing's
rules the
happening over here except
reproductive
for
organs, but Aries is the rocket. Rocket Man, Elton John.
yeah. Yeah, there's always, I'm not too keen on that and seeing what's happening. I mean, I talked about this in a video about a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago, about these energies of Saturn and Neptune when they go into Aries, and talking about how Neptune rules not only drugs but the mental asylums. And I know that Trump just announced that he's reopening those, and I'm just looking at the whole big move on the deportation thing, and then that, and I'm like, man, I fear for anybody. Like, we're still at the point where people could really self sabotage themselves straight into a hell that they've never seen out of fearing the new.
No.
fearing the change. And when I say that, I'm literally bringing up that second thing of being able to people that are in power being able to manipulate the story. You already see the bending of the rules and the complete ignoring of the rules when it comes to what's happening in the world. But think about it as like, you have these people's protesting, and then you have them even getting, shot, right? That stuff's happening. Well, what about us that are being quiet and that are just maybe saying shit on social media? How else can big brothers look and see into your medical records and see what medicines you're taking and for what your diagnoses may be, to go, oh, this person's a threat, bye bye, see you later. Like, I could see those abuses of power taking place, especially with Pluto and Aquarius. And it's scary. And I hope that things get fixed quick. But I would just say be smart and
Been
don't
there,
take actions that
done
harm
that.
anybody.
You do not want to be in that category. Act
I'm just
right.
saying,
That's all I got to
yeah,
say. For me,
don't,
hell is going back into one of those places. One
yeah,
of those
yeah.
places, I've been there, and I was put there without, like, I wasn't cognizant, and I couldn't let myself out. So I was Baker acted. And that's exactly the kind of law that's fixing to be put in place, where
So,
these people will be put in there without their expressed permission. And so they won't be able to get out.
so those of you hanging on,
That's the way it is.
so
And I've
those of
been
you hanging,
there, I've done that. I don't want to do it again.
those your life is valid, your stories are valid, your past is also valid, but it is also the past for a reason. It is the Pisces need to hold on to and remember every wrongdoing, every time that they weren't seen and somebody else was, or all of the things. And I'm not knocking any of you guys. I'm literally just speaking to the archetype of how this could turn out. But somebody that is stuck in all their traumas and identifying it as everything about them, and then overdoing it with drugs or alcohol or something like that, and then you make a snap decision that's stupid, that you don't even mean to do, and then all of a sudden, boop,
You're
you're
gone.
gone.
You're out of here.
You're gone. And if it's just something I worry about. So please, you guys, if you got people that are struggling or whatever, you see somebody falling off the deep end, if
Fly
you're,
right.
don't got to be Captain Save a Ho. If you need to get in a safe place to get away, get away. Don't be dragged into it. But it's definitely something to keep an eye out, because people are at that breaking point.
I mean, also you got to factor in that um, there's Pluto, which is quite incendiary, and it's hidden in the subconscious, right? And it will be sextiling Saturn. And so this is challenging authority with incendiary means. The Aries Saturn, because when you have Mars and Capricorn, it can usually be very favorable if somebody is following the rules. But if you have someone who is breaking away from the rules in a rebellious sort of manner that is very intense, that can have a lot of different looks. I'm just saying. So even just what she is saying being a snap decision, it's not even a decision, it's instinctual. Everything
Mm-hmm.
about Aries and Mars is instinctual. It will come out of nowhere. You may also see a lot of father issues, the role of a son, the role of a daughter. And as Saturn kind of cruises through Aries, that role comes into a challenge with that type of authority where, screw dad, screw mom,
Well,
I'm
and if
never
you're one that
talking to that
says
person again.
screw responsibility, you're going to be fucked, because Saturn is going to demand it,
Yeah.
you know?
But you got to understand though, by the time Saturn gets to the later degrees, Saturn is not there to f you over. That's not the
No.
point of Saturn. Saturn is there to say we have a weak area, like going to a physical therapist. We need to build this muscle up into something that is usable so that it makes the body and the rhythm, everything Eight of Pentacles, where it's in a workable manner that is constructed and built. So yeah, it's going to take time. Anything earth takes time. And if you've got just sparks of fire, I'm thinking of Vegas, right? And the pool that has all the lights and just fire all around the swimming pool. It's got to be sustainable in a way that says this will work well in in a system with others. It's got to be contained and it has to have a function, a gear inside of a clock attached with other gears inside of a clock. So it it's a building up. You're going to get a skill level here. And by the time Saturn leaves Aries, you'll, whatever the topic is, you'll be very skillful at it. You could go to work. Let's put it that way. Are you wearing down, babe?
I'm starting to need a break. How long we been going for?
I don't know. 2 hours.
Yeah,
Two
yeah, yeah,
hours.
yeah. Yeah, I'm probably good. I know that we've done a whole lot of talking. You and I together can literally like just
We'll
go
probably
on
be
forever
back
and ever.
tomorrow, you guys,
Oh, we
because
do our Sunday deal. Tomorrow
yeah, we have our
Sunday.
Sunday deal
So we'll be
tomorrow.
here.
So look,
That's
look, if you're a patron or a member, show up.
please.
You need a tarot question. We're here for y'all to answer because we'll stop. We'll be like, hit the brakes and do a reading on for you, for you. It's
Yep.
part of your perks. It's part of your bennies. Take it. Mande?
Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep.
Okay.
9.99 or higher here on YouTube or any Patreon. Patreon, you kind of get a better deal. I'm going to say that
Yeah.
overall. You know, it's a better deal. Plus, you get a little extra stuff,
Mm,
and plus, you're going to get all of Miriam's tarot course. She's been
mm,
like, you got 4 videos uploaded so far, and man, y'all, like,
yeah,
it's
I
not
can.
like the ones that you've seen. It is not.
No,
It
it's
is not
not.
AI. It is not anybody else's words out of a book. It
It's
is
all me.
Miriam, it's all her years of experience. And you know, even myself as a reader, I've listened to a few of them, going through them, and I'm just like, nailed it, nailed it. You're touching base on it, and she's just getting started. So
I
please,
know.
y'all,
I told her
help.
the other day, I was like, dude, I have so much info on this I didn't know. So I'm just going to record it an hour at a time and just be like, there you go, folks. If you're not a patron, it's okay if you're not a member or a patron. If you still want my tarot videos, the definitions I'm selling for $15 a video. You can get those over on the Patreon channel. And the regular tarot courses, which I'm recording right now, are $20 for an hour, and you get to keep the video, and you can get that off of Patreon.
Yeah, but our full
Look,
members get them
my
included.
tarot class is different in these ways. I am going to take you all the way back in history to when and where the tarot was first developed. I'm going to show you the landscape, the geography, the politics, the Great Plague. I'm going to show you how these characters were initially supposed to be seen. I'm also going to take you into astrology because I want you to learn more about yourself. When we choose to pick up a deck of tarot cards, technically we're playing with our cards. And so I have a method for sitting with you and showing you more about yourself because anytime you pick up a deck, you're going to interact with it differently than I do. And so I kind of point you in the right direction, which is why I did that basics on getting your natal chart done. If you plan on looking at any of my tarot videos, make sure you have your chart sitting next to you. You want to know how. I also take you into storytelling, how to use your chart as the basis, you as the basis to become a better storyteller. I go into symbols. I go into ethics. I do ethics. I have two courses on that. I think that's a really important thing because tarot readers, we're the first stop. We need to know the question, the real question of what the querent is asking us to find. And sometimes what spirit wants to give to the querent is not necessarily what's best for the querent. And we don't have control of the message, we just speak it, right? So, really, my course is not, it took me 2 years to write the damn thing, and I'm just going to give it to y'all an hour at a time.
Yeah, and which it's the patrons that are at the $18 tier that get access to those videos, like
Unless you want
without
to buy
having
it
to buy, unless you want to buy them individually. Now, Lulu, dear, thank you again for joining our Gatekeepers membership here on YouTube. Yes, Sunday is the day that we go live,
tomorrow
and we just come on and talk like this. But yes, if you're one of
in the
our
chat tomorrow.
members here of $9.99 or higher, which you just did, we will answer your tarot questions
Yeah.
tomorrow, honey. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So please jump in. We usually are hopping in around 3:30 to 4:30 ish Central Standard Time on
Hold on,
Sundays.
baby.
So we will be back here tomorrow. Jamie, what lyrics, babe? The one, what would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? That song? Get by with a little help of your friends? Is that the song you're talking about? And hi, my Jen. I'm so glad to see all you guys in here talking. I missed Amy. She came through. But what is that we're watching? 11/22/63 on Netflix, y'all. James Franco and the dude that was in what is it, 1912, that war movie. They like go back in time to 1960 to like help prevent the JFK assassination. It's crazy. I'm digging it. But is that the song you're talking about? I'm guessing it is. I got to move my stuff here because I couldn't see what you said. There we go. But yes, Miriam has been very busy doing all that, and I plan on throwing down some more this weekend. As far as tarot goes, I'll probably put out a general for YouTube. Jamie says it's soon important. It's so important to learn how astrology coincides with tarot. Learn it all from Miriam. She is the master for real, for real. That she is. I first saw her doing tarot in 2018. I agree. Well, look at that face.
I go into storytelling using your chart. It's really important.
It is so very important. And as are all of you. We love you. We've enjoyed spending our time with you, but we're going to go enjoy the rest of our evening and let Miss Iris out because she wants to throw the ball.
It's raining. Can you hear it?
She won't want to throw the ball then.
She'll get over it. Go out in that. Nobody would. Oh, she's my
love you guys.